Welcome to another video from Automotive MD, where we empower the average driver through education. The car that we'll be looking at today is a 2006 Toyota Corolla with a check engine light P0171 for System 2 lean. But for a 2003 to 2008 Toyota Corolla and Matrix, there's a TSB out for a leaking intake manifold gasket. So if you already checked that the air filter is okay and see no obvious vacuum leak, there's a good chance that your intake manifold gasket is leaking. To perform this repair, first you need the intake manifold gasket and the throttle body gasket. Both of them I got from Toyota for around $10. To begin the repair, remove the two 10mm bolts on the engine cover. Remove the mass airflow sensor plug and harness. Use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the solenoid that's attached to the intake hose. At this time, you may also loosen the two hose clamps, securing the intake hose to the airbox and throttle body. Remove the smaller holes that attach the intake hose to the valve cover. Remove the four bolts securing the throttle body. Remember not to remove the two holes attaching to the lower corner of the throttle body. That two holes contains engine coolant. Remove the two upper holes visible from the front of the intake manifold, and also remove the hose behind the intake manifold. Remove the 6 bolts attaching the intake manifold to the engine. After you remove the bolt, the intake manifold should easily be pulled off by first pulling it towards the front of the car and then pulling it up. Remove gasket from the intake manifold and replace it with a new gasket. Clean all surface area and proceed to put the whole thing back together. Tighten all the intake manifold bolts to 22 foot-pounds. Before you install a throttle body, remember to change the gasket and also connect the hose which is at the back of the intake manifold. Tighten the throttle body to 80 inch-pound. At this time you should also reconnect the two holes which connects to the front of the intake manifold. Reconnect the intake hose to the throttle body and tighten the hose clamp. Remember to connect the hose back to the valve cover. Secure the solenoid back to the intake hose. Install air cleaner box top back to the intake hose and secure hose clamp. Reconnect mass airflow sensor and secure wiring harness. Install the engine cover to finish your work. Reset the check engine light. You may also check your work by looking at the short-term fuel trim and long-term fuel trim. As you can see in this picture, the short-term fuel trim is negative 11.7, which is compensating for the learned fuel trim of 10.2 when there was a leak in the intake manifold.